Here's your daily dose of fitness, food, and fun. Anjelica's Daily Surprise starts now.
Hello there. Now, if you know me, you know that the Keg is my favorite restaurant. Not only because the food is fantastic, affordable, and I've also worn track pants there on a couple of occasions and nobody said anything to me, but it's also home to the iconic Billy Miner pie, which is one of my most favorite desserts of all time and the crown jewel of the Keg's dessert menu. Now today, I'm fortunate enough to have been invited to Gelato Fresco, which is the place that creates and manufactures the Billy Miner pie. I am so excited. We're getting a private tour. Let's go! Ice cream for breakfast. You gonna take us on a tour?
Only if you want it.
I want it.
I'm more interested in fattening you up than showing you anything. Look at this.
I know. You could snap me like a chicken bone.
I told you to wear your buffet pants, but you didn't.
These are my buffet pants,
there you
actually.
go.
Yeah. No, I got a lot of room. So we're actually across the street from Roots, and I actually have known Hart for
Decades.
a very long time. Don't say decades. That makes us sound old, but
I am. Yeah, I'm not trying to hide it. You're a
I
mature
am.
young girl.
So when I was little, my dad used to work across the street at Roots, and we would come over and visit Hart, and he would give us gelato. And you've known my dad for such a long time, right?
Yeah. 30 years anyway. Let's get our Halloween costumes on.
Okay. I was ready for this today. I did a low ponytail. I'm like, I'm working with food. It's time for the return of the hairnet.
Well, I was thinking of having somebody here with a straight razor, but
Woo! I'm smiling underneath this.
partial crust.
Oh, you know what? I would be so happy if you gave me just a bucket of that.
Well, that can be arranged.
I'm all about the crust and the Billy Miner pie. This is like Willy Wonka's factory. Wow. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I would ever get to see how a Billy Miner pie was made. If you left me alone with just that bowl, I would just eat it like a little piggy with a trop. Yang, 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 yang. Wow. Do you want me to hold that for you?
Eat, obviously.
Yeah?
Yeah. But it's going to shock you, the texture.
Oh my goodness.
Isn't that crazy?
One thing I love about Billy Miner pie is the crust is always perfect every time. You don't have to stab it with your spoon.
Yeah, it breaks nicely.
It breaks nicely. It's the right amount of crumbly. And there's a technique behind that.
No. There's a technique behind everything. There's a technique behind what he's doing.
I could argue that.
Did I say
I'm
it was
kidding.
good? I just said there is. And you can see they're doing one about every 20 seconds.
Yes. How many units are you moving?
About 120,000 a year.
120,000 a year. That is incredible. Is this the only room that you
No,
have?
this is where we do the freezing.
Okay.
So sorbets and ice creams or gelatos are all frozen in this room. Those machines get fed liquid from the tanks.
Okay.
And then that turns it into a frozen thing in this texture.
All right.
And what they'll do is they'll put the pies in, you'll see them here. This is a transit lounge.
The transit lounge.
Those are cases of Billy Miner pie.
Wow.
When the skid gets full, they'll take it out, shrink wrap it, and put it in the main freezer. But we've got twice the horsepower you would need in a freezer this size.
This feels good.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't mind freezing myself for a little bit.
You want a lawn chair? We got a bigger freezer. This is the secret ingredient in the Billy Miner pie.
Can I take my mask off for this?
Yeah. No, you got to watch us eat.
I had no idea that there was lint in Billy Miner pie. I
Grab
can
a
just
couple.
Grab?
Yeah. It's Lindt Milk Extra. It's their best. But it's a fantastic, perfectly balanced. I think it's one of the best things they make. After we did the Billy Miner pie half-liter for grocery, we did two more. One is raspberry cheesecake. and the other one is creme brulee
Oh,
with pieces floating in it. So you'll have some of that to go away with. We buy 6 to 8 tons of Lindt a year.
wow. Did they ever send a thank you card?
There were no food allergies when I was a kid,
Right.
but now it's everywhere. So we have to keep stuff in here to keep it from contaminating and being around other things. So I just went to Home Depot and bought this and put it in the fridge.
Yeah. You know what's funny is they still serve peanuts at the baseball games. And I'm waiting for
And
that
on
to stop.
American Airlines.
It's so crazy.
It's nuts.
It is. Hey, you know what?
It's actually not. It's a legume.
switch.
It's a legume. We're technically a dairy,
Yep.
but I don't want to process raw milk.
No.
Number one, you've got to test it for antibiotics and all that stuff. Number two, you have to standardize the butter fat. Now, if you're trying to make the cheapest of the cheap, maybe you'll save 2 cents. I don't know, but I don't want to have to deal with that. So we buy our milk in 20-liter bags.
Wow.
Now, we have to custom order our cream. You can feel that. It's the fat's at the top. I don't want to say it, but it's like an old lady.
That's how my boobs are gonna feel in like
I was going
40
to say
years.
it's like an old lady's butt. The grocery store, you buy whipping cream, the list of ingredients is this long.
Yeah, it's very processed.
Oh yeah, this is not. We have to custom order this.
Wow. So you said your teacher. Did you go to ice cream school?
No, I studied at a gelateria in Milano.
Wow.
This year is the 90th anniversary of that gelateria.
Wow.
And yeah, I got lucky because he not only was he a great gelatieri, but he was a great human being. And he took me out and introduced me to the restaurants because he supplied high-end restaurants and showed me that whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that I never managed to learn, he would show up to work looking like a buyer for Holtz. Beautiful jacket, silk tie, white shirt, wool pants, hang up the jacket, put on the lab coat, and leave at the end of the day without a drop. Why do I wear jeans? Because they got to go right in the washing machine.
I was gonna say you look pretty spiffy.
Oh, this is a rental. I have to have it back. You said you're done at noon?
Not gonna
But
lie,
even
that
in Italy-
freezer does feel like a nice treatment.
Even in Italy, people don't do what my teacher did. I got so lucky when I met him. I was referred to him by the company that makes the best equipment. So that's
Okay.
how I got them.
Okay.
This is the main inventory freezer. When they fill the skids, they'll bring them in here. It's set for minus 35,
Okay.
but overnight it'll go down to that. During the day, it'll warm up to about minus 25.
Nice, like a nice Canadian summer day.
Well,
You guys
these are pails of vanilla for the keg. This is Billy Miner for the keg.
Ship this out to my vehicle.
When you close this, we get wind chill.
Oh my goodness.
And if you're in here for 5 minutes and it doesn't hurt, you got to call the reefer guy because it ain't working right.
How long does it take to assemble a Billy Miner pie once it comes out of the tube?
What do you mean assemble?
Like, you do the hose, you do the crust, you package it. How long does that take?
About 30 seconds.
Wow. That's incredible.
No, but they've figured out how to do it.
Right. They have techniques.
And they've got themselves working because people will change. They'll move around so they're not stuck like, an auto worker tighten the same bolt for 8 hours, right?
Yeah. With the Billy Miner pie, how did it all begin with you and the keg?
I was chasing them for 9 months. Finally got somebody on the phone, and they thought we would start with a tartufo. We did the Lindt double chocolate tartufo for their Lobster Fest. They sold 50,000 in 11 weeks. And so then he said, well, maybe you can make our Billy Miner pie. I didn't even know what the heck it was, right?
You didn't know what it was?
No.
So why were you chasing them? You just wanted to...
I figured that their clientele would appreciate what we do.
Definitely.
Right, that's all. Whether it was a tartufo or it was a scoop or whatever it was. And I didn't even know anything about the Billy Miner pie. But as a result, it's become an industry standard. Everybody wants that. Well, no, I'm sorry, it's the keg.
Yeah.
So that's when we came up with the Butterfinger pie for Kelsey's, because
Okay.
they wanted a signature dessert, and the pie is the perfect format.
There's a Butterfinger pie for Kelsey's. Is this released yet?
I'm going to give you the finger later.
Okay, so wait.
It was released April 1st.
April 1st, but
So-
not an April Fool's Day joke. The real thing.
No, it would have been a May Fool's Day yesterday, but that's why you were lucky it's the second today.
So I guess, is it too early to tell what the reaction is?
It's very early because the Billy Miner pie has been,
around.
people have it every time they go because that's the only place they can get it.
Yes.
But they know that. It's going to take a while to get people to drink because they got to try the Butterfinger pie first.
Yes.
And then they're going to try it again the next time.
Word
So,
has to get around.
Yeah. But
I don't think it'll take a long time.
No, I'm confident it should become a very successful item. I can't take much credit. I was taught. And I just do it exactly that way.
I feel like you can take a lot of credit.
Well, no, we don't want to take credit. We like to get paid on delivery.
That's what it's all about, the dollars. So I've always wondered what the crust is made out of. Is this like a top secret thing? Is there salt?
Yep.
Are there Oreos?
There are similar, or you don't want to pay the brand.
Right.
You don't want to pay that, but it's from Dare.
Okay.
They're a good Canadian cookie
Yeah.
company. And butter
And butter.
and sugar, cane sugar, granulated cane sugar.
Yes, because there's definitely like a crunchiness to it, but
Yeah.
it's very moist, and the breakability is a 10 out of 10.
Oreo cookie ice cream, the pieces of cookie are waxed. Otherwise, the moisture from the ice cream would make them go mushy.
Okay.
The beauty of the crust is the butter, aside from holding it together like glue, also covers it all with a layer of fat so it doesn't go soggy.
Oh.
Interesting, huh?
Yes, and also wax. Who wants their cookies waxed? I didn't even know cookies had hair.
It's not air, it's moisture.
I know, but waxed.
Waxed legs.
Like waxed. Yeah.
Well, you're a girl. What would I know about waxing?
Let's workshop that one.
Yeah.
Now, are you constantly eating? Are you getting high on your own supply?
Mostly at night. We're working on a tiramisu tartufo.
What? If you ever need a guinea pig, a tester, you know who to call.
Ghostbusters. We don't get flavor, we get pie.
Okay.
This is a really clean, fresh pie.
Yeah.
And so what we do is we freeze it and cut it into chunks and then stir it into the ice cream.
That sounds really good.
So that's got to go out.
Do you switch out your pies, your apple pies? No, you always use the same
Well, you
one.
have to be consistent, otherwise. So when we were asked to do it, we had to make a sample. So I found 2 pies. This one worked best.
Right.
And then my plant manager found a place we could buy enough of them because they're fresh pies.
Yeah, those are
And
ones
so you
find.
can't go and order 40 fresh pies. They're usually going to be 6 or 8 in the store.
Yes.
But he found somebody that had 30, so
Wow.
he got that. This is the type of equipment that would exist in a gelateria in Italy. Oh, you look fine.
Do I? I'm always like self-conscious.
So this does the same thing as Norma's equipment, except it's self-contained. So milk, cream, sugar, flavor goes in here. It gets
Okay.
heated and mixed and cooled, and it will keep it cold. It doesn't
Okay.
have to get piped into the next room. And then these are what they call batch freezers. Those are continuous. The ice cream is just coming out of the pipe nonstop.
Right.
This one, you dump a bucket in, and 12 minutes later, you get a bucket out.
Oh.
But that's how you fill pails and, you know.
Okay.
Oh, good story. Do you remember Tim Hortons had Cold Stone Creamery?
Yes, they did for a
Okay.
hot minute.
Well, it never made sense to me because nobody's going to go out in the winter for ice cream.
No,
It's
they
not what the
don't.
Canadians do. You'll sit at home with a T-shirt watching a hockey game eating ice cream, but you're not going to throw the kids in the car and go.
Yeah.
They had allocated about this much space just for the freezer and the assembly of it.
Yes. The
Well,
scraping.
better, they should have had 2 more cash registers. They would have had a shorter line. for the coffee.
Well, I think the idea was you get people in there for the coffee and then they'll go, oh yeah, I'll get an ice cream.
No,
but it
didn't
doesn't
work.
work like that.
Well, I think at the time they were inspired by Dunkin' Donuts, which is owned by the same company as Baskin Robbins.
Yeah,
And
they had that
locations where
amalgamation.
They could put them together, right?
Yeah.
But
I don't think that worked
it
either.
didn't work. And so when they pulled the pin on it, I bought that, and I bought this at
Oh.
auction because they just got rid of everything.
Oh my goodness.
This was brand new, still in the box.
Wow. And how much would that run for?
30 grand new.
30.
I paid 11
Nice.
new.
Amazing.
Oh, I should get something for you to taste. I want you to taste the creme brulee.
Oh, okay.
So,
I'm not going to say no to another taste.
although
What?
going forward, we'll see.
I never wore the lab coat.
You were dodging. I saw that.
No, I was like, I wanted to wear the lab coat, kind of.
Kind of. I noticed she qualifies it.
Okay, so I know you mentioned the tiramisu.
Yep.
What else are you working on? Do you ever see yourself just going, okay, I've got the Billy Miner, got the Kelsey's Butterfinger Pie, I've got everything else going on. I think that's enough.
No, I get asked. I got asked by Eastside Mario's connection to the dessert thing at Recipe. Mm-hmm. Could I do something with tiramisu? Well, the only thing that made sense would be a tartufo, right? And what is
How do you do a tartufo tiramisu?
Well, tiramisu is essentially mascarpone, right? And coffee-soaked ladyfingers. That's what it is.
So would that be the center?
No. It's a ball of mascarpone ice cream with little chunks of the ladyfingers floating in it, like chocolate chunks, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then we roll it in the, let me show
the
you.
tiramisu powder.
Where is it?
Tiramisuфо. That's what you should call it.
Oh, yeah. I'll call you so I can ignore you.
What are you doing with a deli slicer?
We do a corned beef ripple. You want some?
I was like, are you doing
No, this is how we-
circumcisions or?
Don't laugh. We did a kosher for Passover for an American outfit years ago. And the way we make our sorbets, we massage the lemon peel to get the oil in to just give you a bit more flavor. So I'm in my office, and the old rabbi that's supposed to watch everything was sound asleep. And the young rabbi came in. He came in my office and goes, "You're peeling the lemons." I said, "Do I need them oil?" But apparently during Passover, you can't eat anything with a peel. Not a green pepper, nothing with a peel, because it could be contaminated,
Okay.
right? So, but no, we use this for making chocolate flake.
Oh.
We take a tray, we melt the lint, make a slab, and then you go zoom, zoom, but really thin, and it's chocolate, which is better than cocoa, but it's cleaner and it's crunchy, right? But you get just little bits, you don't get chunks.
Okay. It like melts on your tongue.
I'll show you what I mean, because we have some samples here of
Corned beef ripple. That's hilarious.
Okay.
I would try it.
I know.
Corned beef ripple with like a mustard ribbon.
When my daughter was at St. Clement's School,
Whoa.
okay, see there's the lint shale. See how fine it is?
Yes.
And it's got just enough of a crunch, and because it's lint, it's got a great flavor. Cocoa's overpowering. I wouldn't roll this.
And
in
it's like bitter, right?
yeah, and it would just completely cover it. It has its place, but not in a tiramisu tartufo.
Okay.
I think it's just going to be a distraction. Let me get a knife. I'll let you taste and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Okay. I wasn't going to ask, but
Yeah, right. You were gonna
since
get
you
them to ask.
offered this freaking hairnet. I'm going to put on a lab coat. As always, the perfect.
Ladies first.
Thank you. Mm.
Now, to be at its best, it should be slightly tempered, right? But you can see the mascarpone is a fantastic. And that shale, isn't that totally,
It's like stracciatella.
yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
Now, I
you
was
want some
originally
hot
doing it with the Lindt milk chocolate that you tasted, and then I have this Italian friend in Miami, and he said, "Why don't you use dark chocolate?" So I did. It's 10 times better.
Wait, that's dark chocolate?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't usually like dark chocolate.
You got to get out more.
People are saying, they always go, oh, it's an antioxidant. And then I'll have like one piece and then I don't want any more, but I guess that's the point. Wow. Oh, I feel like I can see more clearly.
I've heard that song before. The Italians, as a species, are constantly pushing the envelope in whatever they're doing, right?
Yeah.
And so it's important to be reminded that that's your job. Because if there's a common thing here, it's complacency.
Yeah. Yeah, you kind of get settled. Meanwhile, if you
go...
go...
wrist will get you to death.
Have they ever had the Billy Miner pie in Italy?
I've taken it to friends there. They're knocked out, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's nothing, they don't have anything like that, right?
No. All right, are we cracking this open?
Yep, I'm gonna go get some spoons.
All right, well, that's been Anjelica's Daily Surprise. I love my job. See you next time.